gonna be doing some sea creature monsters. Like first thing that I want to do is I want to choose okay, so I want to choose a couple of silhouettes because I need to render this by tomorrow. So we're gonna be drawing with shade. We need to come up with a sea monster, but a cute sea monster. Okay, so what I want to do is I want this too bright. I want to start drawing with shapes like I did in the fish video, if you have seen it. And I don't like this. It's good. I want to make it rounded. I'm starting with circles. That's like the easiest shape. Maybe there are gonna be some thingies pointing out here, and maybe we can give it some horns that are rounder. Maybe there's a smaller horn that is broken, like so. Maybe he's even chunkier. So I'm doing it on one side of the page. Okay, I'm gonna take the same eraser as the brush and start fixing the shapes because I want his horn to be a bit rounder, like so. And here can do like a bite in the horn, like so. And here maybe, wait, let's return the face. And maybe he has these, like, you know, the axolotls, they have these little thingies. What I'm actually doing now is I am looking at reference photos from Pinterest of different monsters. And let's make him shorter. I want him to be shorter. So he doesn't have to be a baby, but I'm looking at different reference photos. Okay, so maybe this horn is a bit too thick for my liking. And here what we can do, and we can make these things longer, like maybe cat's whiskers. And then with a smaller brush, what we can do is we can create this kind of rounded shape. Smaller brush. Do little tiny details. Like an axolotl kind of creature, you know? Or on this side, like so. Here the same, you can do them from the top. And here maybe like so. And we can give them those eyes. Maybe we can put them here already. I really like how Cake Bellerin does it. I'm gonna do one thing. This is a Lisa Glantz canvas, and I'm gonna just lower the opacity of these things. And just lock it back in. Okay, so we were saying that maybe I don't like the eye to be there, maybe a bit closer, and maybe he could have his nosy here, like a little kitten, underwater kitten. Okay, and then we have those little stubby legsies here and here. What do you say? We need to make some space for the shoulders here and here. like so. So he has these very large hands. But because I was thinking maybe he could be a mermaid also. You can see. So maybe he has some anglerfish light dangling here. Like so. Maybe he has some, I don't know, leafy color. And then with the feet, here and here, we remove this. We give him the hand, give a grip. Here maybe. And with the feet, maybe we could show those toes a little bit. And here's gonna be like the tummy is gonna go like over the top of the feet. And he will have maybe webbed feet as well, we'll see. Here I'm gonna correct the shape of that foot, like so. And we will have those little claw thingies sticking out. Okay, maybe I want him, he's a bit not even. Okay, then maybe I will do another character. Let's see, let me think. What if we do another character? What if we make him square? What if we make him square to start with? Like so. And maybe, just maybe, he can have some jellyfish tentacles. So what if he has this roundish part here? It's doing thing. So here, or maybe it's like a fish. What if he's like this underwater grumpy fish with this tiny little tail? With these little eyes. But he's just not just a fish. He's not just a fish. What could make him a monster? So here we can have this bottom jaw jutting out with one tooth. One tooth jutting out. He looks like my previous fish. Here he could have some, let's see, maybe some hair. Okay, this guy is a fish. This guy is totally a fish. He already has an expression of a fish. Like if I do this, it's like this annoyed little fish. Okay, got this one. Actually, maybe, now I'm thinking, what if we chop this part off completely? And he's like a fish bored with life. What if our sea monster would be a completely like a little oval? Like so. Then he could have maybe 1, 2, 3 eyes. Maybe he could have, let's do one thing. Where's my Pinterest? There we go. So what if we go to saved? And here I have some references saved of monsters. This is really cool actually. Let's do this. Let's do this and go back to Procreate. I really like this one, but now I'm looking at the monster. I shouldn't be looking at the monster straight. So what if this guy could have this kind of ears? So let's make him, so the ears would be like tubular. Like these kind of tubes. Like so. Here also, like these tube-like ears. I'll color them in for now. And he could have, let's see, some seaweed here. Maybe he could be like these. Want something on the top, like here we have that guy. Oh, maybe he could have these bumps go down his back. But if we take this ear, we move it a bit slightly on the inside. We move the eyes like so, make them thinner. Like so. What if we have a mouth? It goes like with a toothy here. Okay, and then we have this part of the ear. It would be smaller. And would be here in the back. And we could give him these little thingies, and then he could have like a tail. Wait, let's do tail like this, because otherwise he reminds me of a reproductive cell. What if it's a snaily snail? Like, hello. Looking the other way. Okay, maybe he has these little tiny arms here. Like he's like waving hello to someone. I like this guy. Okay, so maybe another one here. He looks like a granny snail, to be honest. I just need to give her those, you know, the glasses. Like so. It's a granny snail. Like, we need to give her some of those little... Maybe she could be knitting. Like, she could be holding the knitting needles. And her what do you call it? What's the word? Not nephews, grandchildren are coming home, and she's like knitting this very long scarf that obviously no one needs underwater. And she could have this lipstick, like a granny snail, and she could have this hair in rolls. You know, like grannies do. Maybe this hand then will go like here. There are these tube shapes for her ears. I wanted to make a cute monster and I ended up with a granny. It's like little toothy. There's like a little hole for the ear. Maybe she could have also some kind of a dress for the underwater pearl necklace. Like so. Maybe a tiny little house on her back. She's like waiting for her little babies, who are not so little anymore, to come. Just like a sea snail slug. Like so. And maybe she has this like this, and maybe some polka dots on her dress. Wait, let's see for grannies. Let's look at reference. Maybe here, those things, I don't like them particularly. What if they could be monster hair curlers? No. How can we show her that she's a granny? I really like this idea. I'm like running away with it now. Let's look up grannies. So I was looking to do something very simple, honestly. Maybe she has these. Okay, she's a slug. There's blah 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 when she's crawling around. Think granny. What can granny have? A granny can have. Okay, let's take a look. Granny. Maybe she could have this hairstyle. No, I think that's going to be too much. Or what if we put her with a walker? Like, you know those walkers? Like so. Which makes no sense underwater. I don't know. Granny. So you see, this is the. Maybe she can have a bun. So she would have these little. Grannies. Give me grannies. I like this face expression. Look at this one. This one here on the right. What if we take away the walker? Okay, and then we bring back the opacity. What if we remove these eyes? And here as well. What if we, for now, let's do this. Let's incline her a bit. And then we take this part. We re-incline it. And she's gonna be like, let's take a different color. And I know what I'm missing is the half closed eyes and the eyebrows. How do we draw a triple eyebrow? The granny. We need to lower the glasses, definitely. We'll have to lower the glasses. Maybe she has one eyebrow for these two eyes. And like so. Okay, this is a bit silly. This is a bit silly. Okay, this is just an idea of a granny. I know what we need to do. I need to also add the color of the mouth can't be so wide. She can have a smile, but she should have it like puckered up. Maybe she can be even smiling. There are these like so. And maybe she has one tooth only. So we need to think about the glasses. The glasses we will have to definitely move. I also like this fish. Also like this guy. So if we take this guy, turn him back the right side. What if we give him some eyes? This thing here. Just get. Okay, there is no one watching, so it's okay. What if we have these thingies? Like maybe he has seaweed growing on his hair. Here we have this horn. This horn. Let's see. Let's go back to what I saved. I want to give him maybe some cheeks. Maybe he has little teeth showing from his mouth. Little teethies. Okay. What if he has bigger eyes? Like so. What if he has a thing here? Like a hat. What if this is a hat? What if this is a hat? This is her grandson. He has a hat. Okay. What if we? Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Okay, sorry. So, I have to change the. What if we go and we do these eyes like so, and he has one paw with his finger sticking into the, so let's see the hand, like so, giant paw. No, don't like it. I was thinking of him sticking a finger up his nose. But what if we do the teeth? Sorry. What if we remove all of this? And I really like just gonna cover this. I really like how this one looks. Gonna steal a bit away from him. Little is it little mouth with little teeth, and maybe some of those square shaped eyebrows. I really like them. What if we have here just these eyes, not the whole thing, just a little dot eyes. If we completely cover them, we make them here, like so. Maybe even around their teeth. Roll over this like so. Okay, and maybe he could have some kind of a pendant with a little pearl that he is saving for a mermaid, like so. That he has this giant tummy, like chunky. Maybe he has even a bigger, so no, I want to make it so. Like so. Maybe he's gonna be holding it like so. And then there's this giant tummy. I like my men big. Okay. And then there are these paws. And what if we give him what if we make him even shorter? What if we make the head bigger? What if it's a baby monster? Aim to see his grandma. This one could be smaller as well. Okay. Maybe this part here we remove it. What if he has this monster cape? Because look, this looks like a cape now. I almost want to take this part. So this is the part where you kind of, the ideation, this is the part where you kind of come up with the character, and it takes longer. So let's remove all of this. Clear. And so he became a baby now. Became a baby, and now I'm stuck with a baby. I didn't want a baby now. I have a baby. Okay, so we have a baby monster. And he has this little jewel thingy. So I don't know. Maybe he has this hat that is like a... What could he be? What could he be? What could he be? He could have a tail. Could have a tail. Or he could have a fish tail. Or he could be a little baby jellyfish. Or it could be a she. She could have this little skirt, like a jellyfish, like so. And it could be a little she monster. So this could be her like little jellyfish skirt. She could be holding her little pendant like so. Okay. She's like very, very shy. We need to lower this part even lower. Make the cheeks here to give her more forehead. So we have the eyebrows on the... Yes. She's like a little... Maybe those horns are not the horns that I want. Let's see. What if... Just what if I saw one of them who had these antlers? Excuse me. What if she has ears that are here? Or like a fish ears. And then maybe, just maybe, no, I don't like those fish ears. Let's see. Let's look for weird sea creatures. Here I had some fish refs. These are not good enough. What if she has these little thingies just falling down and that's it? And here maybe we remove this area and we make her skinnier, like so. Give her those jellyfish tentacles. So maybe let's make it simpler. What could she be doing? She could be holding her pearl necklace. Like so, but it's not a very expressive pose. This is not a very expressive pose. What else could she be doing? She could be... What could you be doing? I need to think now. Kids. parents, kids, for example, swimming, or kids playing, or shy girl. Let's see. She looks very shy to me. Shy. Vintage postcards, kids. Let's see. Here usually there are some awesome poses. She could stand like this. I actually like this bow. This bow looks very cool. So her mom gave her this giant bow. Okay. So yeah, I think of all of these, I'm gonna go with her. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cut and paste. I'm gonna place her in the middle. Actually, gonna rotate her like this then. Make her bigger. Make her much more transparent. Okay. So I like this expression, but how do we do the legs? Maybe she could be, no. Let's see, what could she be doing? What could she be doing? What could she be doing? Like, she's a baby. We're not weighing babies. So, military ones. I love vintage postcards because they have interesting references in them. Maybe she could be holding, what if we do this? Maybe she could be holding an umbrella instead of the thing. A little umbrella that would be like very small. She's like this little, and this hand could be, this one is holding the umbrella. Like so. And this hand is like doo-doo-doo. And here the dress we separated. And then let's see if jellyfish. Yeah, I think the umbrella, I'll start here. And the umbrella underwater is gonna make a lot of sense. But because she's a little girly girl, this giant bow. Okay. She's gonna have the umbrella, she's gonna have this. Okay, so jellyfish. The fish, let's see those tentacles. So we could do something like so. And add some. And then those little lines. What do you guys say? Okay, so now let's sketch out, in this part of the video, let's sketch out our little girl. I'm gonna take a black pencil. Okay, so first of all, what we want to do, I want to start with the face. First of all, I want to make sure that she's correctly built. I'm gonna take a blue here. So if we do this, I want to make sure that she is looking at us. Maybe lowering a bit the eye line. Okay. Then there is this part that we lowered the eye line. Okay. Then we have a little body, which is basically this. Okay. Then we have this hat that goes on top. You can keep it. You can have 1, 2, 1, 2. I ended up drawing a little girl. Great. Here we will have those shoulders. Sorry. Here we will have that little paw clutching. Clutching the umbrella. Here's the umbrella. Okay, so here's the ginormous bow that we were talking about. I want the bow to be bigger than the umbrella. This is the ginormous bow we were talking about, like so. The umbrella, let's make it very tiny. Like so. Maybe she's gonna be a bit, so this is our central part of the body. Here we have the dress. Okay, here we have this. Here we have that third little axolotl thing, and here maybe some of those hairs. Then the jellyfish, I really like how, like here there's gonna be the end of the jellyfish dress, so this is like so. I think my daughter is gonna appreciate this one. I will need to print it out for her and put it in her room. And here there are these little like so, and then she has this one, maybe 2. I like jellyfish. I'm terrified of them in the water. Let's not make it complicated. Maybe let's make 1 and then give it this like ribbony thing. So let's not make it complicated. And then from the middle here, there are different parts coming out. I'm making it like so. And now here, what I want to do is I want to add that little toothy mouth. Adding those eyes, I'm looking the distance from the line. No, I don't like the placement. Let's do one thing. What if we take this and we take this? And we put it like so here. Okay. Maybe we place them closer together. Like so. And then here I need to make this thing smaller. Okay. And the mouth can go higher up. Okay. So the mouth, where's the mouth? Where did I put it? No. Select it. and it's like so, and with the little toothies here in the middle. And to be honest, I really wanna lower all of this. Lower to give her more forehead space. This one, let's get rid of it just so that it doesn't bother us. Okay, let's see now. If we select the eyes and we make the face larger, maybe that's gonna do the trick. And this one here. Really need to get rid of these lines now. They're bothering me because I can't see well. Can't see clearly and they are distracting me. Okay, so here we have an eye, here we have an eye, here we have this. What if she's gonna have larger eyes? Or she's gonna have very large eyes. Let's remove the eyebrows. Let's do one thing. If we want to make her a kid, we need to give her more forehead. And here, there's gonna be this, maybe it's gonna be like this, like a heart shape thing. What do you guys think? Just trying out different eyes. And what if we duplicate this? Turn this off. Yeah, don't need it anymore. We turn this off. What if we just make her eyes like so? Or just make her eyes the dots that we wanted. What if we make this mouth tinier? The eyebrows. Here. What if we make it even smaller, the mouth? And add the cheeks here. This is gonna be her hat with this bow, or maybe her hair. We'll see. And here she's gonna do like this. What can she be doing with the other hand? Let's see. Let's think. What could she be doing with the other hand? She could be doing this like, oh, I'm a girl. Or she could, what if we, no, I don't like this. What if she could have like a little teddy bear clutched to her. But it's not a teddy bear, it's actually an octopus. If we take this octopus, we will use it here. She's like this little girl with this little toy. Instead of a teddy bear, she has an octopus. So yeah, I think this is my sketch. I think we're going away from grandma. We're going to this one. So let's do one thing. What if we warp it a bit? This to make it a bit more... Maybe she's going somewhere with that little umbrella. She's like going somewhere. If she's like... remove this part and this part closer here. She's going somewhere to see her abuela. To see her grandma thing. Okay, and then these ears, they could be shorter here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to... This one should also move this way then. And these tentacles should all be also moving to this direction. She's swimming to go see her abuela. Her abuela is very important. What if we do this? She looks like a unicorn like that. No, I like the bow. Let's just maybe do it like this. And maybe the hand here, we move it slightly closer so we can see that movement in her jellyfish skirt. So yeah, we're gonna go see our grandma. You see what umbrella did to me? Now it's like abuela all the time. Okay, so here is the head. I think we're gonna be coloring it soon. So I'm gonna prepare the initial sketch. I'm gonna go over these lines and then I will be back with you so we can